Chapter 5. What is this chapter? Business cycles. Chapter 5. Business cycles. Okay. What is it saying? Business cycles. What does cycle mean? That means it's going round and round. Something is going round and round. Something is happening again and again. That is nothing but going in cycle, moving in cycle, right? For example, you take the example of our lives. If in our lives, if I take as to how will be the mood, how will be our mood. Let's say I am trying to tell you, you please from tomorrow judge as to how will your mood be. Will your mood be constant throughout the days? Let's say you are analyzing your mood for the next week. Will your mood be constant throughout the week? Obviously, no. Your mood will be how? Your mood will be fluctuating. It will go up and down. And sometimes, or at sometimes, you'll be very happy, you'll be very excited, you'll be very motivated. At sometimes, you'll be very low, you'll be thinking, Arey yaar, ye kya ho raha hai? You'll be not that happy, you'll be very sad, right? There are both happy moments and sad moments in everybody's life. Likewise, your moods also every day changes, right? So this fluctuations in mood happens in everybody's life. Similarly, businesses, if you take the example of businesses, do you think every business will have the same amount of sales every day? Will a business have same amount of sales every day? No, the sales keeps fluctuating. One day it will be very high, one day it will be very low, someday it will be very medium, correct? In the similar manner, like our individual lives, like businesses, the economy, the whole economy also, that is also fluctuating. That also becomes sometimes happy, sometimes sad. What is the happy times of economy? When it is doing very great trade, when it is doing great businesses, correct, that's the happy time of economy. What's the sad time of economy? When it's not doing businesses, when it's not producing, when it's not employing people, when it's not creating income, that is the sad phase of the economy, right? So the fluctuations in the economic activities that a economy faces, the fluctuations in the economic activities that the economy faces over a period of time, those are nothing but business cycles. The economic fluctuations which happen. Sometimes the economy is very good, sometimes it's very bad, sometimes the trade is good, sometimes it's bad. Alright? These fluctuations are nothing but business cycles. Like you fluctuate, like your mood fluctuates, like we experience happy and sad times in our lives. Similarly, economy also experiences this. All right, so write down the introduction first. Write down, in every country, in every country, comma, there are there are fluctuations, there are fluctuations in economic activity, in economic activity. That is there are periods of prosperity. There are some periods where it's prosperity, periods of prosperity. What do I mean by prosperity? Prosperity matlab kya? Prosperity means happiness, everything is good. All right, there are periods of prosperity, and then there are also downturns. There are also downturns. So in life, like we have kabhi khushi kabhi gham, similarly in economy we have kabhi prosperity kabhi downturns. Kabhi prosperity kabhi downturns. Kabhi your economy is increasing, it's increasing, or it's it's growing at a very good rate, but sometimes the growth rate is not that good, or the growth rate is decreasing, right? So there are times of prosperity, and also there are times of downturns. In the next line, these rhythmic rhythmic r hythmic, these rhythmic fluctuations, in economic activity in economic activity that an economy experiences over a period of time over a period of time are called what? Are called business cycles. Are called business cycles. All right, are called business cycles. These business cycles are also termed as trade cycles. So you can write business cycles or trade cycles. Business cycles or trade cycles. Underline fluctuations in economic activity. Underline business cycles or trade cycles. All right. So what did I tell you? Sometimes there's good trade and sometimes there's bad trade. So these trade cycles can be divided into good trade cycles or bad trade cycles. Good trade cycles or bad trade cycles. All right. Now, what is good trade cycle? How do you define a trade cycle as good, or how do you define a trade cycle which is bad? A good trade cycle will have the features where your national output, also termed as GDP, increases. I'll tell you what is GDP. Your national output or your GDP increases. Your employment increases. That means there is more employment. Prices of the goods are also increasing. Prices of the goods are increasing matlab kya? That means there's profit to businesses. That means profit of businesses are rising. So you can in brackets write profits to businesses. Right? If prices are rising, that means what? Profits to businesses are rising. Then what is a bad trade cycle? A bad trade cycle is completely opposite. There, your national output or your GDP decreases. Your employment decreases. That means there's unemployment. Your prices decreases. That means profits decreases. All right, that's a bad trade cycle. Now what is GDP? Sir, ये GDP क्या है? आप GDP बोल रहे हो. I'll tell you what is GDP. So put a star mark there. GDP के बाद जो star mark लगा दो और star mark डाल के लिखो. GDP is nothing but gross domestic product. This is the full form of GDP, gross domestic product. So every business has its balance sheet. How do you decide which business is better and which business is bad? How do you decide which business is better and which business is doing bad? You see their profits, you see their net worth. What is net worth? Assets minus liabilities, right? That means your equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. The accumulated profits which you have accumulated over the years, value of that plus your reserves plus your equity share capital, that will give you as to what is the worth of this business. That will give you the worth of these businesses. You will compare the net worth to know as to which business is worthy and which business is not. Correct? By seeing the profits, accumulated profits, equity share capital, right? Similarly, economy. Your economy is also judged basis the GDP of the economy, basis the gross domestic product of the economy. What is this GDP? What is this gross domestic product? It is nothing but the value of all goods and services produced, of all goods and services produced in the economy during a year. So if I'm seeing the GDP of, let's say, 2020 to 2021, in this period, what are the value of goods and services which were produced? that is nothing but gross domestic product. So the health of the economy, or this, mark sheet of the economy. You also have a mark sheet. How do you judge a student whether a student is doing good or not? You see his marks. What is this marks for the economy? The marks for the economy is nothing but GDP, gross domestic product. It is judged by the terms of how much is its GDP. That means, what is GDP? GDP is nothing but the value of goods and services which are produced during a year. So if year on year, if GDP is increasing, that means you are producing more and more goods and services every year. That value is increasing every year. That means what? That means you're in a good track. That means you are on a good track. All right. So write down. So I hope you got to know about what is GDP. So if GDP is increasing, that means what? That means there's more production of output. That means national output is increasing. That means you're producing more. If GDP is increasing, value of goods and services is increasing. That means you're producing more. Your output is increasing. The nation is working more. The nation is producing more number of output. All right. So your national output increases in your good trade cycles. In bad trade cycles, national output or your GDP decreases. National output or GDP decreases. So write down that, write about GDP also. Done? Alright. So remember this. Remember these things. What are the things which are important? What are the economic activities which told you as to whether it is good or bad? There are three most important economic activities. One is output or GDP. Second is employment. Third is the prices of goods and services. So output or GDP, national output या फिर GDP. Second is employment. Third is prices. So whether these are increasing or decreasing, basis that you can tell whether an economy is prospering or whether it is going down. Whether the economy is going up or whether the economy is going down, you can tell basis these three things: basis the output, national output or your GDP, basis prices, and basis the employment. All right. So write your next line. So these fluctuations that I'm talking about, this increase and decrease that I'm talking about, these fluctuations are recurrent, and they occur again and again periodically. These fluctuations are what? These fluctuations that we are talking about, they are recurrent. That means they occur again and again, but they occur again and again, and they're periodical, but it does not mean that their intensity will always be the same. Intensity will always be the same. I'll first write down that point, then I'll explain it to you by the help of a diagram that what am I meaning or what am I trying to tell you. So write down. These economic fluctuations these economic fluctuations are recurrent, that is they occur again and again. They occur again and again, and also they occur periodically. All right. They are recurrent. Means what? They are again and again occurring. Also they occur periodically. All right. But write down, it is not necessary but it is not necessary for them to occur at regular intervals. It is not necessary that they occur at regular intervals, and they are not of same length, in brackets. Some phases are long lasting, while some phase end quickly, पहले ये लिख लो, अभी समझ में भी नहीं आ रहा होगा as to what am I saying, but I'll explain you what does this mean. So what is it saying? It is saying that the business cycles which occur, they occur in a recurrent manner. That means they occur again and again. Also they occur periodically. Right? That means what? That means they are occurring again and again. That means they are occurring in a cycle. एक के बाद एक तो हो रहा है. But what is not necessary? It is not necessary that they are of the same length. That means good period, let's say good period was for 5 months. It is not necessary that the bad period will be also for 5 months. If the good trade period or the good economic period was, let's say, for 5 months, yes, the next period will be bad phase, but it is not necessary that the bad phase will also be of 5 months. So it is not necessary that they are of same length. Also, it is not necessary they are of the same intensity. When I'm saying good, am I saying कि बहुत सारा good या बहुत कम good? It can be anything. It can be either very good or it can be just some bad, or it can be just good or very bad in the next phase. All right. So these can fluctuate. Let's understand this with the help of a diagram. You'll understand this only when you see phases of business cycle. So write down your first next side heading, and then I'll explain you this by drawing the diagram, by drawing business cycles. Phases of business cycles लिखो, उसके नीचे ग्राफ बनाओ. What does this graph look like? Since the economy is moving up and down, this graph will look like something like this. Sorry, x और y उल्टा हो गया, ये x है, ये y. X पे will take time as to when you're crossing 1 year, then again a year, then again a year. So we are taking time. On y-axis, I'll take GDP. What is GDP? The value of goods and services which are produced. All right. So the graph will look something like this. All right. The graph will look something like this. So if you observe what is happening, it was first at a very low phase. From that low phase, it started to increase. It reached a peak, then it again started to decrease. Then it again reached a low phase. Then it again started to increase. It reached a peak, then it again started to decrease. So this is happening again and again. This is happening again and again. That is why we said that this is recurrent. But what did we say? It is not necessary that they are of the same length. It is not necessary that they are of the same length. That means what? There can be a graph like this also. Alright? This can also be a business cycle. Or there can be a graph like this also. Alright? Where your expansion is very high, but if you see your contraction, that's very low. Right? So there can be business cycles like that also. That's why we said in the above line, what did we say? That it is not necessary that they occur at regular intervals. कि एक साल अच्छा रहेगा, फिर next year गंदा रहेगा, फिर एक साल अच्छा रहेगा. No, it can happen कि 2 महीना गंदा था, फिर 4 महीना अच्छा है, फिर 3 महीना गंदा है, फिर 1 महीना अच्छा है. It can happen in those intervals also. It's not necessary that they occur at regular intervals. ऐसे नहीं कि 2 महीने के लिए गंदा रहेगा, फिर 2 महीने अच्छा, फिर 2 महीने गंदा. No, it can happen anytime. So they do not happen at regular intervals. Also, they are not of same length. That means they can be long, they can be short. Good period can be long or good period can be short. Similarly, bad period can be long or bad period can be short. Alright. So that is the meaning of your above line. Okay. So now let's label this diagram. This business cycles that we have drawn, these have different phases. What are the phases? Let's see. The lowest phase that you can see is trough. Trough. So this is trough. The increasing phase where your GDP is increasing, right? Where the economy is developing or economy is increasing, that's called expansion. That is called expansion. All right. The phase where it touched the maximum, that's called peak. So trough is there, which is the lowest phase. After that, the economy starts to expand, right? The economy starts to increase. Then it reaches a maximum point. It reaches a peak. After that, it again starts to decrease, right? It reaches a maximum point, which is called peak. And after that maximum point, again it starts to decrease. That decrease is called contraction. So if I point this out, this is what this is, contraction. Expansion, contraction. Then again it is coming to a low. This low again is what? Trough. T-R-O-U-G-H. Trough. It's also called trough. So that trough. After that trough, again expansion is happening. This is what? Expansion. After expansion, again peak. After peak, again contraction. After contraction, again trough. Again it will expand and reach a peak. Right? So this is happening. This is a cycle which is happening. Trough, expansion, peak, contraction. Trough, expansion, peak, contraction. First it's at the lowest, it increases, reaches the highest, decreases. Comes to the lowest, again increases, reaches the highest, again decreases. Right? So what are the phases? You can get 4 phases of business cycle. Trough, expansion, peak, contraction. Trough, expansion, peak, contraction. This is how your economy is fluctuating. Alright. So write down. There are 4 phases. There are 4 phases of business cycle. Of business cycle. Colon. What are they? First one, expansion. Expansion is also called upswing. Upswing. It's going up, right? So expansion is also called upswing, or it is also called boom. It is also called boom. Boom is a positive word, right? Boom happened, and then they say that the earth has come into picture or the life has come into picture. So boom. Next, peak. Peak, which is also called prosperity, or this is also called boom. Alright, peak is called prosperity, or peak is also called boom. Next, third one. What is the third cycle? Contraction. Contraction. What is contraction? Contraction is also called downswing. Right? It's going down. Contraction is also called downswing or recession. Remember this word, very important. Contraction, downswing. या फिर और एक word क्या है contraction का? When the economy is going down, it's called recession. It's called economies in recession. So I hope you drew this diagram first. If you have not, please pause and draw the diagram first and then copy the below things. Fourth क्या है? Fourth one is trough, or it is also called depression. Depression. So after recession, what is happening? After recession, the economy goes into depression. The economy goes into depression. Alright. So expansion, peak, contraction, trough. Expansion is also called what? Boom or upswing. Upswing. Expansion is called boom or upswing. Peak is what? Peak या फिर prosperity या फिर again boom. Contraction क्या है? Contraction or downswing or recession. And trough या फिर depression. Alright. So upswing is for expansion, downswing is for contraction. Upswing is for expansion, downswing is for contraction. Recession is for contraction, depression is for trough. Recession is when economy is reducing or declining. Depression is when it reaches the least point. All right, done. Now, you said that the economy is moving into cycles, it's fluctuating. If the economy is not fluctuating, how would its trend be? How would the growth rate be? How would the economy grow if there were no fluctuations? If there were no fluctuations, over a period of time, the economy would grow in a straight line. The line or the graph of the growth of economy, if there were no fluctuations, will be what? Will be like this, will be like this, will be a straight line. So that also you can draw in the business cycle diagram. That also you can draw in the business cycle diagram. So once you've completed the diagram, you can draw a line which is going like this and draw a dotted line only. Draw a broken line like this, not a complete line. Draw a broken line and label that line as what? This is called trend line. Draw a broken line like this and label that broken line as trend line. Trend line. It can start from anywhere. It's not necessary that it starts from a point. It can start from anywhere. So you just draw in the middle of that cycle, approximately in the middle of the cycle. You can draw at the above of the cycle also, below of the cycle also. All right, so that's a trend line. What is that? That is depicting that if there was no fluctuations, if there were no economic fluctuations, then the growth rate would have been this and not the cycles. Since there are fluctuations, there are cycles. If there were no fluctuations, the trend line would have been a straight line. The growth line would have been a straight line. All right, done. Right, in the next line, the broken line, in brackets trend line, the broken line or trend line represents what? Represents growth of economy, represents the growth of economy if there were no business cycles, if there were no business cycles. अगर business cycles होते ही नहीं, so that would have been the trend line. If there were no economic fluctuations at all, that would have been the trend line. All right, that would be the growth of the economy, that would be the growth line. All right, ठीक है. So what is happening finally? It's the business cycle is starting with what? The business cycle is starting with trough. The business cycle is starting with trough, then the employment and the production is expanding, then the employment and production are expanding. At trough, what is happening? That is the stage where the employment and the production is at its least. You see the GDP, the GDP is least at trough, right? After a point of time, the production and employment starts rising, starts expanding. That is when your business cycle comes into an expansion phase. But will this expansion go on indefinitely? Will the expansion not stop only? Can you expand indefinitely? No, there will be a stage where you'll reach the maximum stage of your expansion, which is called peak. After that, you will start reducing. After that, you will start declining. That is nothing but contraction. Then you will also reach the lowest phase. You will decline, 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 decline. You will reach a lowest phase, that is again trough, and then you'll again start increasing. Your economy will start again reviving. Your economy will again start a new cycle. All right, so let's write down all this in paragraph form. So write down, business cycle starts with trough, 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 when overall economic activities like what? Like, in brackets, like production and employment, like production and employment, are at the lowest level, that is the stage where economic activities is at its lowest, full stop. Next line. When production and employment, if production is expanding, if production is increasing, output will increase, employment will also increase, right? So when production and employment expands or increase, comma, economy moves into expansion phase. Economy moves into what phase? Expansion phase. All right. However, such increase, cannot be there. However, such increase cannot happen. Cannot be there. Cannot happen indefinitely. That means it cannot keep on increasing. It has to stop at some time. It will stop at some point of time. It cannot increase indefinitely. Indefinitely increase होना मतलब increase होते ही रहना. It is not stopping only. It cannot happen indefinitely. That is, after reaching a maximum point, in brackets peak, after reaching a maximum point, it starts declining. After reaching a maximum point, the economy starts declining. Why does this happen? What is the reasons behind that? We will see that. We will see each of the phase in detail. We will see what are the reasons behind it. So don't worry. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to know कि क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों expansion हो रहा है, उसके बाद क्यों peak आ रहा है, उसके बाद क्यों contraction या फिर recession हो रहा है. So we'll get to know that. All right. This decline is contraction or recession, right? This decline is nothing but contraction or recession, full stop. When such contraction reaches its minimum point or its lowest point, it is called trough. It is called trough. T-R-O-U-G-H. Full stop. After this point, the economy revives again. Revive matlab it comes to life again. It gets revived again. It's revive again and starts increasing. Hence, new cycle starts. Hence your new cycle starts. So this is your explanation of your business cycle. What is happening in your business cycle? This still does not give you the reasons. We'll come to the reasons कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. We'll come to that. All right. So copy this. Done. Let's move. Let's take the first phase. What is the first phase? Expansion. Or what is it also called? Upswing. Right? Expansion या फिर upswing या फिर boom also. It's also called boom. Let's see what all happens in expansion. In expansion, what is happening? Employment is increasing. Now this employment increase has a lot of effects, and these effects are interrelated. Increase in employment and increase in production, I already told you, right? What did I tell you? Remember these three things: employment, national output. What is national output? Yeah, but GDP, production, and prices. Remember these three things. In good trade cycle, whenever there's a good thing happening, GDP will rise, employment will rise, prices will rise. All right. What is a good trade cycle? Expansion is a good trade cycle. Expansion and peak are good trade cycles. Your contraction and your trough, those are bad trade cycles, right? So, what is happening in expansion? Listen very carefully now. In expansion, your employment is increasing. When your economy is trying to expand, what is it doing? It is increasing the employment. Because of such increase in employment, what will happen? Let's see that there's a long cycle. Listen very carefully. Increase in employment hua. That means everybody is getting employed in the economy. What will happen? The incomes in the hands of consumers increases. The incomes in the hands of everybody increases because everybody is getting employed. That means they will be earning salaries, they will be earning wages, that means they will be earning incomes, right? So the incomes in the hands of the consumers are increasing. If the incomes of the in the hands of the consumers are increasing, what will happen to aggregate demand? If the incomes are increasing, what will happen to aggregate demand? The aggregate demand, that means what is aggregate demand? Aggregate demand means the demand for all the products and services in the economy. Your aggregate demand also increases. What is aggregate demand? In brackets you can write demand for all products and services. करेक्ट? अगर एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंक्रीज हो रहा है तो इनकम्स इंक्रीज होंगे. इफ इनकम्स ऑफ द पीपल आर इंक्रीजिंग, aggregate demand will increase. If aggregate demand is increasing, if I'm demanding more, what will happen? Production will increase. So increase in production. Increase in production means what? GDP will increase. Right? What was GDP? The value of goods and services which are produced. If you're demanding more, production and GDP will increase. If you're demanding more and production and GDP are increasing, if you're demanding more, if you're demanding more and more goods and the incomes are increasing, automatically the prices of goods will increase. Right? If you get more money in the hands, if you get more money in your hands and you're demanding for a good, you'll be ready to pay higher prices because now you have greater incomes. If you have greater income that you're earning, you'll be ready to pay higher prices. So the prices also increase. All right. Because of which prices increase मतलब क्या? Profits increase. Profits of the producers are increasing. If profits are increasing, what will the producer do? Producer will invest in more capital and plant and machinery. So investment in capital goods will increase. Capital goods such as what? Plant and machinery, equipments, etc. Right? So these are the things which happen in your expansion. So please write down what is happening. Employment is increasing. Because of employment increase, if everybody is getting employed, the incomes that they are receiving will automatically increase. If incomes are increasing, their aggregate demand, the demand that the economy is making, the demand that all the consumers are making, that will automatically increase. Aggregate demand increase हो रहा है तो GDP भी increase होगा because more production will be done. If demand is increasing, prices will also increase, right? If demand is increasing, both of these things are happening. And then profits increase since prices are increasing and the consumers are ready to pay higher prices. Because of such increase in profits, if profits are being earned by producers, what will they do with those profits? they will invest again in their businesses. They will buy more plant and machinery. They'll buy more technology. They will improve their technology, right? This is the stage of expansion where all these things are happening. All right. Done. All of this will lead to what? All of this will lead to a better standard of living. So this, if you have done, so remember what all are increasing. I'm not telling you to buttify. सिर्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंक्रीज अगर याद रखे तो सब कुछ लाइन से ही आ रहा है कि एम्प्लॉयमेंट से पैसा आएगा, पैसे के बाद तुम ज्यादा डिमांड करोगे तो प्राइसेस बढ़ेंगे गुड्स के, प्राइसेस बढ़ेंगे गुड्स के तो प्रॉफिट्स बढ़ेंगे, प्रॉफिट्स बढ़ रहे हैं तो लोग ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, प्रोड्यूसर्स विल प्रोड्यूस मोर, सो जीडीपी बढ़ेगा, जीडीपी बढ़ रहा है तो और प्रॉफिट्स बढ़ रहा है तो इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ेगा कैपिटल और प्लांट एंड मशीनरी और इक्विपमेंट्स में, राइट? प्रोड्यूसर्स विल invest more in businesses, so investment in businesses is increasing. All right, so write down in the next line, as a result of above, the investment in businesses and standard of living of people, right? Investments and standard of living of people increase. The investment in businesses and the standards of living of people that increase, correct? Because they have more income now. If there's more income, their standards of living will increase. They can buy a better house, they can stay in a better flat, and investment in businesses is also increasing. So your personal life is also improving, your businesses are also improving, right? An expansion stage, the personal life of people is also improving, that means standard of living is improving, the business side of the economy is also improving. All right, so remember this, ये अगर याद रख लोगे तो सब कुछ याद रहेगा, ये चार्ट याद रखो कि एक्सपेंशन में क्या क्या हो रहा है. All right, completely reverse will happen in recession, in contraction, we'll see that. ठीक है? So this stage where everything is expanding, where everything is increasing, I told you whether this stage can go on for indefinite period, can it go on for an infinite period, कि ये चलता रहेगा क्या expansion कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा क्या? No, expansion will reach a peak. When will it reach its peak? When there's the situation where you have utilized all the resources of the economy, when all the resources which were present in the economy, all raw materials, all plant and machineries, all labor, everybody is employed, everything is being utilized, that's the maximum production that you can do. उसके आगे और प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज कर सकते क्या? नहीं, you have utilized all the labors, all the factors of production, so that is your peak, that is where expansion stops, because you've utilized all the resources which were there. So if you're utilizing all the resources which are there, resources मतलब क्या? Factors of production. Factors of production मतलब क्या? Your raw material, labor, plant and machinery, capital. So that is being used till 100%. That means what? That means there's no unemployment only. That means there's no unemployment only. Everybody who wants to work, everybody who wants to work will be working. I am not talking about people who do not want to work. If there's an individual who makes an individual choice कि उसको काम करना ही नहीं है, alright, he's making a choice कि मेरे को तो जिंदगी में काम करना ही नहीं है, I don't want to work, I'm not talking about that person. That person can still be remain unemployed, but other people who want to work will all be employed, will all be working. All right, that is where 100% employment will happen. ठीक है? So write down. This stage continues. This stage continues till when? Till there is till there is full employment. Alright, this stage continues till what? Till there is full employment of resources. Till there is full employment of resources. And if full employment is made, all the resources के brackets में factors of production भी लिख सकते हैं. That is 100% utilization. What will happen? And production is at its maximum which is possible. Right? So at this stage, there's 100% employment. All the resources are employed. All land, labor, capital, सब labor जिनको employment चाहिए थी, everybody is employed. This is the maximum production possible then. Can you increase production more than this? No. You don't have factors of production only to increase more. So this is the stage where your expansion stops. Right? This is the stage, or this is the point where your expansion stops. Next line. So what is not there? Involuntary employment is not there. Concentrate on word involuntary. Involuntary unemployment is almost zero. Why involuntary? Why the word involuntary? Voluntary unemployment can be there. Voluntary unemployment matlab, that means I want to be unemployed. I don't want to work. That can be there. There can be people who do not want to work. They can remain unemployed. But everybody who wants to work is employed. Right? That is everybody, everyone who wants to work or who's willing to work, who wants or is willing to work, who wants to work or is willing to work is employed. Is employed. That is everyone who wants to or is willing to work is employed. Done? Why did I say almost zero? Why did I say almost zero and not zero? Because there can be some unemployment. There can be a little unemployment, and this little unemployment is because of two things. This little unemployment is because of two things. Either frictional changes. What do frictional changes mean? That means change of jobs. That means one person wants to change his job. एक job से दूसरी job में जाना चाहता है वो. He wants to change his job. So during that change, there can be certain unemployment. He can probably be unemployed for like let's say a week. कि वो आज एक job छोड़ रहा है. After 7 days he is joining the next job. Then the difference, this 7 days he is unemployed. This type of unemployment can happen. Because if you are leaving a job, will you join the new job next day only? No. There can be a situation where there's an unemployment because of change in jobs, or there can be unemployment because of structural changes. What are structural changes? Because of technological change. If the technology is, updated, it's upgraded to a very large extent, then there are some employees which will not be upgraded with that technology. They'll not be up to date with that technology. So then unemployment can happen. Right? Technology has increased so much that some employees are not able to use that technology. Right? Let's say touchscreen laptops. Our grandfathers, can you expect them to use touchscreen laptops where they'll write on touchscreen laptops? No, that's not the possibility. So there can be unemployment because of technology changes also. That unemployment can exist at 100% at your peak, at your full utilization of resources. These kinds of unemployment can exist either because of frictional changes or structural changes. So let's write that. So write down full stop. Whatever little employment, sorry, little unemployment, whatever little unemployment is present, is present, is because of what? Frictional, is because of frictional unemployment, in brackets what? Due to change of jobs, due to change of jobs. कि मैं आज एक जॉब छोड़ूंगा तो probably I'll join the next job after 10 days or let's say after a month. So for a month I am unemployed. So this unemployment can exist is because of frictional unemployment or structural unemployment. Structural unemployment. What is this kind of unemployment? Due to technological changes. Due to technological changes. Right? Where technology has changed so much that some people have become unemployed. So these two types of unemployment can happen, frictional and structural. Frictional क्या है? Due to change in jobs. Structural क्या है? Due to technological changes. If you're changing your jobs, frictional unemployment can happen. If technology is changing and you're not able to update yourself with that technology, structural unemployment can happen. ठीक है? So this was about expansion. You understood everything about expansion? क्या याद रखना है? वो पूरा चार्ट याद रखना है. एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंक्रीज हो रहा है, उसकी वजह से क्या क्या इंक्रीज हो रहा है. Standard of living and investment is increasing because of that. But does this happen indefinitely? Infinite period के लिए expansion होता रहेगा क्या? No. It will be there only till when? Only till all the resources are used by 100%, or there is full employment of all the resources which are present. Right? चलो next, second. So second phase of business cycle, expansion के बाद क्या आ रहा है? peak या फिर prosperity या फिर boom. peak, prosperity या फिर boom. ऊपर फर्स्ट वाले के लिए भी boom लिख सकते हैं. boom दोनों, boom also means expansion, it also means peak. boom. चलो. So what happens here? This is what peak prosperity or boom, which is, this is what? This is the top or the highest level, top or the highest point of business cycle. Correct? This is the top or the highest point of business cycle. ठीक है? So we already saw that there can be a situation where expansion is happening. So expansion is happening matlab aggregate demand is increasing, everybody is demanding more. But you saw that there can be a situation where it reaches its maximum. अभी और factors of production ही नहीं है और produce करने का. But at that stage where everything is 100% utilized, where all the resources are 100% utilized, what will happen? Inputs will become difficult to find. It will be difficult to find the inputs, right? आपके factors of production अब fully utilized है. You're not able to find more inputs. So if you're not able to find more inputs, but there's demand for those inputs, what will happen? The input prices will rise. Right? There is demand for those inputs. लेबर के लिए डिमांड है, रॉ मटेरियल के लिए डिमांड है, और लेबर चाहिए और रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए, बट दैट raw material, that labor is hard to find, it's difficult to find because everything is utilized. So what will happen? Of the existing resources, input prices will rise. Of the existing resources only, the input prices start to rise. All right. So if input prices are rising, output prices will also rise. Input prices क्या है? Prices of raw material. Raw material का price increase हो रहा है, तो finished good का भी होगा, right? Raw material का अगर price increase हो रहा है, finished good का भी price increase होगा, correct? अब अगर output prices भी rise हो रहे हैं, so in the market, what is happening? Listen very carefully. What is happening? 100% resources are utilized. If 100% utilized हो गए, तो inputs will be very difficult to find. Correct? If inputs are very difficult to find, what will happen? Input prices will automatically rise. If input prices are automatically rising, output prices will also rise. Output prices will also rise. This is because of such increase in output prices. Now the consumers will start to rethink their purchases. They'll start to rethink. अरे फोन तो इतना महंगा हो गया, should I purchase this phone? अरे टीवी इतनी महंगी हो गई, should I purchase this TV? Right? So they'll rethink of their purchases. So there, are they now demanding more? Is aggregate demand increasing now? No. Aggregate demand will remain stagnant then. Since all the consumers are rethinking whether they should purchase or not, that means aggregate demand will come to a stagnant position. So write that. So this is output price rise, that is leading to what? Increased cost of living. Right? Cost of living will increase. आपके सब कुछ महंगा होते जा रहा है, सब कुछ एक्सपेंसिव होते जा रहा है. That means cost of living is rising. Because of that, what will happen? Consumers will start to think whether they should purchase certain goods or not. Whether they should purchase certain goods or not. Correct? Because of that, what will happen? Because of that, your aggregate demand comes to a stagnant position. Aggregate demand stops increasing. Aggregate demand stops increasing. So this is what is happening in peak or prosperity. Right? Your aggregate demand stops increasing. This is the maximum point where GDP can rise to. Then what will happen? Then contraction starts. ठीक है? So with the help of this small flow chart, ये flow chart से ही समझ आ जाएगा कि क्या हो रहा है, इकोनॉमी में क्या हो रहा है. Inputs are difficult to find के brackets में लिख सकते हो. Where inputs are difficult to find, where you're writing that, there you can write in the brackets, supply of inputs is less than demand for inputs. That's why input prices are rising. Right? Supply of inputs are less, demand is more. Already 100% utilize कर लिया आप, और कहाँ से लाओगे inputs, और labor कहाँ से लाओगे? You will not be able to get. That means supply is less, but the demand is more. So what will happen to prices? What will happen to the price of raw material, wages, all these prices, all these input prices, that means prices that you're paying to factors of production, this will increase. Because of such increase, output prices will be increased. Output prices अगर increase हो गए, तो everybody will think, अरे यार कितना महंगा हो गया सब कुछ. Everything has become so costly. Your cost of living is increasing. Everything has become costly. So you will now start to rethink. Should I purchase this or not? Phone nahi kharid. I should not buy phone right now. I should not buy TV right now. So your aggregate demand which was rising, that will stop to rise. Correct? Aggregate demand stops increasing. That is when contraction starts. Alright, so this is about your peak. Done? Let's move on to the next one, which is contraction then. Third one, contraction. Alright, let's see contraction mein kya ho raha hai. So once your peak is reached, what is happening? Your increase in demand has halted. Once peak is reached, increase in demand is now not happening. It has halted. It is not increasing. But your producers who are producing, some producers will not be aware कि ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. Most of the producers will not be aware that aggregate demand is actually decreasing. What will they do? They will still produce more and more. Understand this very carefully. What happened in peak? Should I explain what happened in peak again? Okay, in just manner again I'm telling you peak में क्या हुआ. Expansion हुआ, ठीक है. Expansion होते होते क्या हुआ? 100% resources utilize कर लिया आपने. 100% inputs got utilized. After that, inputs supply will be less, but demand of inputs is still high. You're demanding more for inputs. Producers are demanding more for inputs. उनको और raw material चाहिए और labor चाहिए. Because of that, input prices started to rise. So output prices started to rise. If output prices started to rise, what happened? Your consumers started to think whether they should buy this or not. So aggregate demand stopped to increase. Now aggregate demand is not increasing. Expansion में पूरा time aggregate demand was increasing. Now the aggregate demand halted or it stopped. All right, that is what happened at peak stage. In contraction, what will happen? Now when the aggregate demand stopped to increase, that means it's not increasing, but the producers, they will not know कि ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है, that aggregate demand has started to it's not increasing. They will still think that the aggregate demand is increasing. They will still produce more and more units. All right, so they'll produce more and more units. What will happen? Supply will be excess in demand. If they're producing not by by not knowing कि demand effect हो गया है, demand is not increasing, supply will be more than demand in the market. If supply is more than demand in the market, what will happen to the prices? The prices will reduce. Right, there's a lot of supply in the market but demand is not there. The prices will start to reduce. If prices are reducing, obviously the producers will start to go into losses. Right, if prices are reducing, the producers will start to go into losses. So now will they demand for inputs? No, they've already produced a lot. Already overproduction कर लिए. If overproduction has happened already, what will happen? You will kick out your labor. Right, you will not you will unemploy people. You will remove people from jobs because there's already overproduction. आपकी factory already overproduce करके रख चुकी है and it's not selling. Will you produce more? No. So you'll kick out your labor, you'll kick out your salaried people. Right, you will not buy raw material. Right, so your input market is getting affected. Your unemployment is increasing. And in order to sell this overproduction, what will you do? You'll reduce your prices. Correct. तो पहले इतना लिखते हैं, अभी और प्रॉब्लम्स है, वो और प्रॉब्लम्स इतना समझने के बाद देखते हैं. सो पहले इतना लिख लो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन के बारे में. Then there are more problems. The problems are not yet over. Write down. Once peak is reached, increase in demand has stopped. Right, and then demand starts to decrease. And then the demand starts to decrease. The demand is decreasing now for the goods. Write down. producers who do not know about such decline in demand. Producers who do not know about such decline in demand will continue to produce the same level of output, right? Ideally, what should have been done? Ideally, they should have reduced the production of output also, but they don't know कि ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है. They are not able to know. They are not able to recognize that the demands have started to decrease. All right. Thus, there is excess of production. There is overproduction. There is excess of production, and supply will be greater than demand, right? There will be excess of production and your supply will then be greater than your demand. All right. अब क्या करेगा producer? Now, since he has produced already in excess, he will start to unemploy people, right? He will start to unemploy people. He will cancel his orders for raw material and capital equipment. जो भी orders है raw materials के, will he do that? No, he will cancel the orders of raw material. He will not purchase any raw material. Correct? So write down. Producers will now respond by cancelling orders of raw material, capital equipment, right? And they will also reduce labor. That means, in fact, you can write that is increase in unemployment. That is increase in unemployment. Will the producers invest? Will they make investment or will they reduce their investment in businesses? They will reduce their businesses and they will reduce investment in businesses. Correct? This is how the producers will react. All right. In the next line, this is the beginning of recession. This is the beginning of recession. Right? Okay. So what is happening here at the beginning of the recession? What is happening at the beginning of the recession? Your input markets are getting affected. So write down, this is the beginning of recession where input market matlab the market for raw material, the markets where labor are sold, inputs market get affected badly, right? You're reducing your labor, you're reducing your raw material, you're reducing capital equipment, so obviously input markets get affected. Nobody is buying raw material, nobody is buying machinery, labor is being unemployed, right? All right. So this again has effects. So what has happened till now? Till now, the producers have produced excess. There's excess production, there's excess supply in the market. Because of such excess supply, now the producers have cancelled their orders for raw material, for capital equipment. They're starting to unemploy people. They have started to disinvest from businesses. They are taking out their investments. They are not putting investments. This has all happened. Now, labor market is getting affected by this. That means you are unemploying people. If labor market is getting affected, that means the incomes of the people are getting affected. If the incomes of the people are getting affected, that means incomes are decreasing. Will the demand increase or demand decrease for goods and services? If the income is decreasing, demand for goods and services, will you demand more when your income is reducing? No, your demand also reduces. There'll be more gap between supply and demand then. Correct? So write down in the next line. Decrease in demand for inputs. Decrease in demand for inputs, right? Everything is being unemployed. There are no decrease. There's decrease in demand for inputs. Will result in what? Wages or salary decrease or incomes decrease, right? So this will result in what? Decrease in demand for goods or services. Correct? If your incomes are reducing, if incomes of everybody is reducing in the economy, do you think they will demand more? No, they will demand less now. So there's a decrease in demand for goods and services. All right. So now what will the producer think? The producer think, yaar, there's too much excess supply in the market. I have overproduced. So to sell this overproduction, he'll start to reduce his prices. Listen very carefully, इधर भी एक twist है. तो अभी क्या हो रहा है? अभी प्रोड्यूसर सोचा, अरे यार इतना ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस कर लिया है, there's excess supply in the market right now that is not being sold off. So what will I do? He's trying to he has started to reduce his prices. The producers have started to reduce the prices. What will the consumers think? Consumers के पास already income घटती जा रही है, income is reducing already. Consumers will think the prices will decrease more in the future, so they will wait, they will not buy. They will think the price of mobiles will decrease more, the price of TVs will decrease more, the price of washing machines will decrease more, so they will not buy. So what is happening? The demand is again decreasing, right? If they are not buying right now, that means the demand for goods is again decreasing. So prices are reducing, but consumer is thinking that the prices will reduce more in the future. So he is doing what? He's not purchasing right now. So there's more gap now between supply and demand. Demand or reduce ho gaya, right? By reduction in prices of the goods, what did the producers think? Producers thought demand increase ho jayega. But what happened? The consumers started to think, oh, the economy is anyways into recession, the economy is anyways contracting, it is in recession, so the economy will go more down, that means the prices will reduce more, so why should I purchase right now? I will purchase goods afterwards, right? So write down, there'll be more, so demand will reduce more. Your prices are reducing, demand is also reducing, right? So write down, producers producers lower the prices, they reduce the prices, producers lower the prices to to sell off excess inventory. To sell off excess inventories, what did they do? They reduced prices. Full stop. Next line. Consumers think that prices will reduce more and postpone their purchases. Therefore, aggregate demand मतलब क्या? Demand for all the goods and services which are there in the economy. Aggregate demand falls, which creates a bigger gap, which creates a bigger gap, between demand and supply. Between demand and supply. All right, between demand and supply. ठीक है. All right, so this recession, which is doing what, in which prices are reducing, employment is reducing, investments is reducing, prices are reducing, incomes are reducing, aggregate demand is reducing, right? So expansion में जो increase हो रहा था, इधर recession या contraction में सब कुछ decrease हो रहा है, right? Expansion में जो flowchart देखे where everything was increasing, here in contraction or recession everything is decreasing. Everything is decreasing. So this recession, if it happens, that recession happens and the economy goes down, and this recession pushes the economy into depression. So write down, severe recession pushes the economy into depression. Severe recession pushes the economy into depression, right? So this was about contraction or recession phase, where what is happening, everything is reducing. What thing triggered this? When your full utilization of resources happened, after that you again started to after full utilization of resources, what will happen? Demand will get to a stagnant position, right? Aggregate demand will not increase more, but the producers did not realize that. Producers overproduced. That overproduction will lead to everything. That overproduction will lead to what? Will lead to unemployment, will lead to input market getting affected, raw material will not be purchased, labor will not be given jobs, capital equipment will not be purchased. So the prices of your wages and your everything, salaries, that decrease, because demand is only not there for labor. So wages and salaries decrease, income in the hands of people are decreasing. Income is decreasing, demand will decrease more. Already your supply is excess, demand will decrease more, right? Then you try to reduce your prices. उसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है? If you're trying to reduce your prices, consumers are thinking you will reduce the prices more, so they are not purchasing right now, they are postponing the purchases. Because of that, again aggregate demand is falling, right? So everything is falling in contraction or your recession stage. What is the fourth stage? Fourth stage is trough और डिप्रेशन. ऊपर कॉन्ट्रैक्शन के बाद जो रिसेशन नहीं लिखे ना, ऊपर कॉन्ट्रैक्शन स्लैश रिसेशन स्लैश डाउन स्विंग, राइट? ऊपर वहां पे जाके लिख दो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, रिसेशन, यहाँ पे डाउन स्विंग. चलो ट्रव यहाँ पे डिप्रेशन पे आओ. What is this? Here, your economy is the slowest. It's at the least point, right? Peak was what? Peak was economy's highest point. Here, all the economic activities, they will become very slow. They will reduce. Everything will be at its least point. Employment will be at its least point. Prices will be very low. Incomes of the people will be extremely low. The aggregate demand in the economy will be very low. So production will be very low, right? Everything will be very low, very least. So write down trough depression. So as the word is telling, trough is what? Trough is tough. Trough is very tough to live in. That condition is very tough to live in. So trough or depression, write down, severe form severe form of recession, characterized by extremely slow economic activities, right? All the economic activities have become extremely slow, like your production, employment. So severe form of recession, comma, characterized by extremely slow economic activities, comma, is called what? Is called depression. Is called depression. This is depression. So when depression becomes extreme and it reaches the lowest point, that is trough. Right? Severe form of recession jab hota hai, that is depression. Depression when it comes to the lowest point, that is trough. That is trough. In the next line, economic growth rates become negative. Economic growth rates become negative. And GDP is decreasing. Economic growth rates become negative, and what is happening to GDP? GDP is decreasing. Right? Next line. How will be the demand for goods and services? Demand for goods and services decrease, and prices will be at its lowest. Right? There will be very minimal prices, and they can decline more also. Forcing the producer to shut down. The prices are keep on decreasing, and there's no demand also. What will you do? What will the producer do? Producer will shut down his factory only. Correct? The prices are getting so low that he's going into so much losses that he has decided to shut down his businesses. So a lot of businesses get shut down in the depression stage, right? Because they don't have demand. They're not earning revenue. They're going into a lot of losses. So they shut down their businesses. Next line. Unemployment. How is unemployment? Is huge. Unemployment is huge. And how are incomes? And hence incomes of people are very low. Right? Unemployment is huge and the incomes of the people are very low. Right? ये तो अपने को already पता है ये सब कुछ. So everything actually revolves around these things only. It revolves around employment, your GDP, that means your goods and services that you're producing, output, the output that you produce. So what? Employment, GDP or the output, and your prices. As I told you before, good trade cycle, bad trade cycle, right? Good trade period, bad trade period are determined by what? Employment, prices, and output or GDP. Right? GDP is what? The value of goods and services which are produced. How much are you producing? What is your production? That's your GDP or your national output. Correct? If you produce more, your GDP will increase. If you produce less, your GDP will decrease. Simple, right? Next line. What will happen to interest rates? This is an important point, and this is a very fresh point also. Very fresh point for you. The interest rate for deposits, in the banks will reduce. Reduction in interest rates for deposits. Right? There are interest rates for deposits, right? The bank account gives you interest on the amount that you're putting with the bank. That interest rate keeps on reducing in depression. So will you prefer to put money in bank? No. So the money that you're putting in bank, that will also reduce. Money deposited in bank, right, that will reduce. So you can write like this will, money deposited in banks will reduce. If you're not depositing in banks, what will happen? If you're not depositing in banks, what will happen? Banks will be in crisis. How will they get money then? Will be in crisis. And they will, banks will be in crisis, and they will fail to provide, and they will fail to provide loans, right? And they will fail to provide loans to businesses. So what is happening in depression? The interest rate of your banks, the bank interest rate, which the interest amount that the bank gives you, that is decreasing. If that is decreasing, your money that you deposit in banks, that will diminish, right? You will think मैं क्यों deposit करूँ फिर बैंक में, वैसे interest बहुत कम आ रहा है. I'll instead keep it as a cash only. I'll instead keep that money in my home as cash only. Why should I deposit it in bank? Right? So banks are not getting money only then. How will they give out loans? Banks कैसे work करते? They take deposits. Out of that deposits only they give loans. So if they are not receiving deposits only, how will they give loans? They'll not be able to give loans. Correct? So banks will be in crisis and they will not be able to give loans for businesses. मतलब business में investments ही नहीं होंगे फिर. Correct? Next line. When depression touches its bottom, what will happen? When depression touches its bottom, phase of trough is reached. Phase of trough is reached. Correct? So this was about your depression or your trough. This was about depression or trough. ठीक है? So what happened? Expansion, then peak, then contraction or recession, then depression or trough. Right? When depression hits the bottom level, that's trough. Recession is reducing, then it enters depression. Depression, when it hits the bottom level, that's trough. ठीक है? Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next one is recovery. The next one is recovery. This is the last one. What is happening after your trough? Your economy is again reviving. Your economy is again recovering. Correct? So this is your last one, recovery. That means your economy is reviving. That your economy is recovering from what has already happened. So what will happen now? If you see the situation right now, अभी depression में क्या हो रहा है? Depression में the wages have reduced, the incomes have reduced, there's no aggregate demand for goods and services, everything is reduced. But an opportunistic businessman who are very opportunistic, how will they see this situation as? They will see this situation as, अरे wages are very low, wages are priced very low, raw material is sasta, machinery is sasta. So what will it do? He will start to produce goods and services because he knows that cost of production is very low right now. Because labor cost is low, wages and salaries are low, cost of raw material is low, cost of capital and equipment is low. So he knows that cost of production is very low. So this businessman who is very opportunistic, that means he uses these opportunities. What will he start to do? He will be motivated to start business. These businessmen will be motivated to start businesses. Now what will happen? Recovery will happen. Because of them, employment will happen. मतलब incomes will increase. Incomes अगर increase हो रहे हैं तो क्या होगा? Aggregate demand increase होगा. डिमांड इंक्रीज हो रहा है, प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज होगा, प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हो रहा है, जीडीपी इंक्रीज होगा, all the things will start to increase, all the things which were happening in expansion में ये सब कुछ increase हो रहे थे, right? The same thing will start to happen slowly. All right, that is nothing but recovery. So let's write down about recovery. Write down the economy cannot decline endlessly. It cannot decline endlessly. It cannot keep on declining. Full stop. It reaches a lowest point. It reaches its lowest point. What is the lowest point? In brackets trough, and then starts recovering. In brackets expanding. And then it starts recovering or expanding. Correct? In the next line. In depression, comma, lot of unemployment forced the labor to accept lower wages. Right? It forced the labor to accept lower wages. Full stop. The opportunistic producer will try to gain from this situation, as he anticipates lower cost of production. All right, that is increase in profits. If cost of production is less, profits will be more. In the next line, thus he invests in business and production starts. Right? He invests in businesses and production will start. Correct? What will happen because of that? Employment will rise. Correct? अगर employment increase हो रहा है तो क्या होगा? Incomes will rise. Incomes increase हो रहा है तो क्या होगा? Aggregate demand will rise. The same thing that you have already done in expansion. Aggregate demand increase हो रहा है तो क्या होगा? Prices will rise. Prices increase होगा तो क्या होगा? Profits will rise. Profits increase हो रहे हैं, investment will rise. Investment increase हो रहा है, GDP will rise. GDP increase हो रहा है, that means your economy has gone into expansion phase. Correct? All right. You can write in the right side. Also, banking system recovers. ठीक है? So this was about your recovery. This was the whole thing about your recovery. So if you have not copied, just pause here and copy. All right. So in recovery, what is happening? In recovery, some of the businessmen or some of the producers who are very opportunistic, they are making use of this opportunity. They are thinking, Hari, there'll be least cost of production right now. The cost of production will be very low because laborers are accepting whatever we give them, right? They're happy that they are getting employed. They were not earning anything. Now this guy is giving some amount of money. They'll be happy. They'll be happily taking that money. चलो कुछ तो मिल रहा. पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा था, अभी कुछ तो मिल रहा है बोल के they'll start taking that money. Because of that, slowly employment will rise. Correct? Because of that, everything will then happen. Employment increase होगा, income increase होंगे, incomes increase हो रहे हैं सबके, aggregate demand increase हो रहा है तो prices भी increase होंगे automatically. Because of that, GDP will also increase. Right? Demand increase हो रहा है मतलब production ज़्यादा होगा, right? Production ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो GDP भी increase होगा. So you can write that also. GDP also increases. GDP also increases. All right. So this was your gist about all the phases of business cycle.